Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, it's Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your XLR Boost 29 QBS toy hauler travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it and show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite and a couple of things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, got this big awning. Be plenty of room for that to come in and out. On your off campsite, you got your slide. Then I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your water connection is going to be at the front of the unit for the campsites, and your power is going to plug in just behind your tires on your off campsite. Park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook your hitch, first thing you're going to do is level your unit. Your unit does come with a power tongue jack. Night docking light, should you arrive at night, simply lower or raise the unit until you're level. Once you are level, next thing we're going to do is run down our stabilizing jacks. All four corners unit, you got these stabilizing jacks and a 3/4 inch hand crank. You're simply going to start cranking these down. You can use an impact driver or a drill gun and run these down in a matter of seconds. I just recommend you slow down when you get to the bottom, because remember, all we want to do is run these down until they're taut. Our unit's already level, we just want to get them down and stabilize the unit. I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris. Hot blacktop in the summer. Good investment. Grab a 4-pack of those with your 10% off coupon. Run the 2 down the back as well. Once we got our unit level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. Big, long 30 amp cord. Plugs in on the side here. Excuse me, 50 amp cord. In your convenience pack will be this dog bone, they call it. That'll bring you from 50 amp down to 30. And if you ever need to plug into a 110, there's a 30 down to 15 amp reducer that comes in that as well. Got your power plugged in. Let's hook up our water. Now at campsites, we're going to hook up a city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi. You don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites, so make sure you use this when you put your water in. Get that in there nice and tight. Hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. Let's find your hot water heater. Here's going to be located over here by your entry doorway, just to the left. All we're doing at this point, folks, is making sure our drain plug's back in. Throw some plumber's tape around that, not putty. Get that in there nice and snug. That's an 1 1/8 socket. Once that's in there tight, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. After that hose has been on for a little while, go inside. You can open up your slide if you need to, but I need you to get inside and open up your water taps. Open up all your water lines, get all the air out of the lines, get a nice steady flow of water flowing through them. Then you can shut them off and you can turn on your hot water heater from indoors. Now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water. We're going to go boondocking or dry camping. In that case, we'll simply fill up our fresh water tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply use a hose. 2 ways to tell when this is full. 1, there's an overflow valve right here. Or 2, on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks, there's also a fresh water button. Do not leave this unattended when filling it. Once it is full, return your cap. And then whenever you want to utilize this water, you'll turn on your water pump from indoors. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water. That is already pressurized. All right, we're all set up to camp with power and water. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit, starting on the off camp side. Again, your water connections, an outdoor shower, your generator. We'll crank that up here shortly. There's your exhaust for your generator. Of course, your slide. Around behind your slide, where you plug your cable or satellite in at the campsites. Here's where we'll dump our black and gray holding tanks. There's a vent. I'll show you how that works from inside. Vent for your garage. Your fueling dispenser. There's where you fuel it up, and there's your handle for that. Big garage here. You're prepped for a Furrion backup camera up there. I will pull this down and show you how to set that up here shortly. There's a manual crank that your stabilizing jack crank will work on to bring down your spare tire. Come around your campsite again. A vent, your big awning, LED lighting. Coming down the side here, this is your outdoor speakers. Access to the back of your fridge. That is a vent for your microwave. A couple of 110s and cables out here for a TV that you can snap on here. It's a flue for your furnace. A couple things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. And two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of it. It does get hot. A couple of low point drains there. Again, your hot water heater. Continuing down this side to your big storage area. Your propane does come with a cover. There's on a regulator. Lefty loosey to open. Turn it toward the tank you wish to be using. Green means you got gas. Continuing down your off camp side. Covered everything. Let's go ahead and take a look on the inside. Alright, so coming up inside your unit, first thing I like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. All the way up to our left is some control panels. This is all of our lighting, indoor and outdoor, your slide control, and your awning control. Just run your awning back in here for you. Well, I do want to mention on your door, make sure your door is not swung all the way open when opening or closing your awning. It will catch on it. You see it runs pretty close to the door here, so make sure you're semi-closed on that door when you're running it in. Get that awning in real quick. We'll shut off our LED lighting. Coming a little lower down here, you hit a holding tank switch. That'll turn on a pad on your holding tanks if you're in inclement weather. Down here is where you check your battery. Your fresh tank, that's the one I said you can hold down when filling your potable water. Tell when that's full. Your black and gray tanks. Down here is where you turn on your water heater. Over here is where you turn on your water pump if using potable water. Down just to the right of your fire extinguisher is your carbon monoxide propane detector. Continuing into the kitchen area, nice sink with a cover. We got a light and a fan above our cooktop. This glass top here makes an excellent backsplash. Just flip that back, turn this to light, hit your spark, gotta hold it in while you're hitting your spark. When your gas is on, that'll light. Down below that, self-explanatory microwave. To the right of that, your North cold fridge. So press that on to turn it on. Check gas if solid red. On the bottom here is your breaker box and fuses. Ton of 15s in there. I highly recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. Just to the right of that is your battery disconnect. This will disconnect all the battery power to the unit. So if you're out boondocking, dry camping, and you're going to be gone for the day, that carbon monoxide propane detector will run off your battery. So if you're gonna be gone for the whole day, use this battery to disconnect to keep that from running your battery down. Come around here in the hallway, touch on your thermostat real quick, turn your air on. Oops, go back to air. Turn that down. Get your AC to kick on. There's that on. Now you notice when I shut the AC off, it shuts off rather quickly. Down below your microwave is your furnace heat release. So we'll go ahead and turn on your furnace. And you'll notice when I shut your furnace off that it'll take a few minutes for the furnace fan to cycle through before it shuts off. Alright, coming over to your table. Of course, you can remove this top. Those legs will remove. Set your top down underneath here on that lip. Put your back cushions on top. That'll give you another sleeping quarters. Over here in your living room, turn on your TV. Just want to mention on your TV, next to your cable box here is the little green light with a button. Make sure before you run your digital channel scans that green light is on. It'll help you pick up more channels. We're inside a metal building. We got it on. Down below that, your Furion AM, FM, Bluetooth, DVD, CD player. Dual zoned. So this is indoors. Shut it off indoors. Now it's just outdoors. Shut them both off. Coming into your bedroom. Not much to talk about in here. Most of the lighting is individual one touch. You do have an overhead light here and some storage up underneath the front of your bed that's accessible from outdoors. Water lines underneath there. You're prepped for a TV in here. Here's a backer, cable and 110 up there. What covers everything up front. Let's go ahead and head back to the garage. Alright, coming back in your garage area here, you got your separate thermostat, another entryway into the bathroom. You are prepped for a TV here. You got a backer on the wall here, cable and 110 up here. Got a couple of air vents, mentioned them from outside. All I gotta do is give them a good push, have a little air out in case you got some fumes in here. Another 110 here. Snap covers for your windows, so people don't need to see your toys in here. Talk about your seating here. Now, we're in the seat position now. If we want to bring this to bring your bunks up, we're just going to fold these forward. If you use these as a bottom bunk, make sure that you put this leg down for support. It's down, you can come over here under the wall to bed up. Let's gonna start lifting this up. Now, I want to mention while I'm bringing this bed up, in order to bring our top bunk down, you're going to go through and you're going to remove all these cotter pins once this bunk is up. Going on all four corners. You have your own fire extinguisher back down here. Lots of tie downs. A table to set up. When you bring these down, make sure before you roll this backwards that you have this pulled out. That'll go in or out from either end. Best to leave them out. Now you hear this when it gets to the top, you're going to hear it click in. Now you just walk around and remove all your cotter pins. Give them one on each corner. Alright, got all four cotter pins in. Now this whole thing will come right down. Go ahead and bring it all back up. Now as that comes down, your top bunk is going to stop about where that light's at, and then your bottom will come all the way down to where it was before. Bring this up. Show you got another vent here. Got a patio back here that we're going to go out and set up on your garage door. That covers everything in the garage. Let's head on out and check out that door. Works better as a two-person job, one on each side. But you just remove your locks, swing these out. Because of this coil here, one person can do it. I'm about to attempt it with one hand. As you see, just walk it down. Your cables here. It's going to hold your deck up. You want to remove those, bring your toys in. Come up on your deck. Remove this main Velcro here. It's just snapped on here. Swing each side of your doors out. One more Velcro to release on this side. These will snap right in there. Same thing on this side. More Velcro. Give that a push now, snap right in there. Couple more here. One there. One there. And your door. And just that quick, your deck's up. Reverse process to bring it back. To release these, simply press down on the black. Easier when you're up top with your foot. Fold that right in half. Again, stand up top, use your foot. We'll remove all these. And we're just reversing the process. And swing our doors back in. Velcro this back up, fold our doors back in. Do that real quick. Alright, we're putting them away. Make sure you put your right side in first, and then your left side. Velcro all that back together. Now we're just going to lift our door. Now the only concern with lifting this up is make sure your cable doesn't get caught in the door. And the easiest way to solve that is to toss it right over top of your deck. See how that will get caught like that. And then toss it right over your deck, and your doors will close right up. Make sure you keep these padlocked. And there, covers your deck. I'll come in and show you the bathroom here real quick. Just want to mention that you have 110 with GFCI reset here, lighting here, and a hand crank open power exhaust vent up there. A little plumbing to maintain. Keep an eye on the plumbing in here. There's your access panel. That about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're getting ready to leave the campsite and close the unit up. So what I like to do is come to my main control panel and shut my lights off. Because then I can see any individual lights that I need to shut off. I walk through and shut the rest off. Then I can turn on my main living room lights from here. Now I'm going to say doors and drawers. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede your slide from coming in. Everything's secure in your garage and your cabinets. When I come over here and hit slide in. Make sure your TV is back into its mounted position. Again, all doors and drawers closed. You don't need to break anything just because you're bringing your slide in. I want you to hear that noise because it's okay to hear that noise. That's just the slide mechanism telling itself not to come in any further. It's okay to hear that for a second. shut off our lights and exit the unit. Now on these steps, the biggest thing you have to remember, bring them down or up. Make sure your exterior door is all the way open, otherwise this could catch on it when it comes in. See how close it comes there? Set that in, turn your door. Before you leave the dump station, in case you want to get in here and check the levels of your tanks while you're dumping them, before you leave the dump station, lock and deadbolt this door, lift and turn this handle over. You don't want the horror story of your door coming open as you're traveling down the road. All right, at this point, we're going to unhook our power, our water, and our cable. We're going to bring up all of our stabilizing jacks. We're going to hook up our hitch and head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, park accordingly. Again, your dump is going to be behind your tires back here on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Once you get there, grab that hose, hook it up here, and pull your black handle. That's going to be your black on the right hand side. You can listen for that or check indoors to make sure that it's empty. Once it is empty, leave that black handle open. Again, grab your water pressure regulator, grab the hose at the dump station, and come up here next to your outdoor shower for your tank flush. It's going to be your black tank flush. I'm going to hook that up, again with that black handle open, fully open. Hook that hose up and let it run for a good 5 minutes. That's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. Once that's done, close that. Make sure that all the water out that you just put in here has drained. Once that's empty, close your black handle and pull your gray handle. While your gray handle's draining, we're going to come around to our campsite. We're going to get up underneath our hot water here, and we're going to pull those low point drains. And once those low point drains are done, we're going to come up to our hot water heater. We're going to lift up on the pressure release valve. That's going to dump all your hot water out of there. Push that back down, otherwise your door won't close. And then you can pull this drain plug. Make sure you close your door back up here securely. Come back around. Make sure that gray tank is empty. Once it is, unhook your hose and store it in a convenient sanitary place. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this boost for many years to come. Happy camping.